Okay, here we are at another park in Findlay. There's quite a few people driving through, but I don't think anybody's out really walking much because it's flooded. Only the crazy people are out, like me. I mean, you kind of look over there, you see it's broke the banks, and I'm gonna go across, take a look. That's why we're walking, just to kind of see how it is. I don't know if I actually locked my truck or not. I mean, this is just a side area here. The actual river, the Blanchard, is up further. As you see, that's way up in all the trees. And I think I figured out from my other video, I was saying that the one was bad and kept turning off. Well, then this one did it. Well, I also said that, I've got lots of batteries, which is one of the reasons why I haven't bought new, along with the price, but haven't bought new. Well, I think it's the cheap batteries, because the cheap battery was in this and it kept freezing up. I put the GoPro battery in it and it was fine. So this is like, well, stupid. If you like it, that's fine. I don't. Disc golf, or frisbee golf, whatever you want to call it, go through. But this is also primitive camping in here, so you can come out here with a tent and stuff and camp. And we're just going to kind of walk around a little bit. Ground's pretty saturated. See, if you see out there through that opening where the water's moving fast, that's the actual river. This is a trail here, but you can't get through because the river has broke the banks and come up through. So I thought we'd get out and kind of walk, and just, as long as we don't get too muddied up, see what it looks like down here. It's moving pretty quick right now. There's quite a few people here, but I think most of them are sticking to the kids' playgrounds up there. When I was younger, we did a lot of camping like this. Would take my son Jeffrey out there and camp, but anymore, if I want to go rustic camping, I want to go up into the woods in Michigan and just go out camping where it's real rustic, not where you can hear the highway going through and stuff. But if you've got like some ducks over there, Boy Scout group, church group, something like that, we just want to come out and do it, this would be a great place to do it, because Walmart's just a couple miles away if you forget something. Some of the animals are loving this. And the sign there says T17 that way. So it would actually be out in the water now. You would need a boat to play it. You're getting kind of sloshy now. And you can hear cars. Yeah, that's not normally all water out there. But we did get quite a bit of rain. Big fire pit up here. I've never come camping here before. I always went up to the Maumee River up Mary Jane and camped, or up to Harrison Lake and camped. See what the sign says. Here's your sign. Some deer prints here. This is Group Fire Ring East. No camping. So that would tell me there's probably a Group Fire Ring West. Could be wrong, could be north and south too. A lot of deer tracks through here. Ooh, she is schlotchy. I've come across over here. This is worse than it was at Shank. So right here is where you would cross. As you can see, there's no crossing here today. Well, let's head back over. Let's go out in the grass area so we're not hitting all this mud as bad. Go where the deer don't go. Because their tracks were all back there in the mud. Oop, there's a track there, so I guess they do come through here. Going back over here because this was, as you can see, a little bit higher. So it's not quite as soggy. And this would be on the southeast side of Findlay, Riverbend Park. I think that's what it is. Don't hold me to that. And there's no hunting in this area, so you know the deer know that they're safe in here. Hence why there's all the traps. They know they can't be touched. These are nice fire rings. I mean, look at them. So you can actually adjust the height on them. That's pretty neat. So that might be it on the trails here, because everything else is pretty flooded out. At least where I want to go. There is a cement pathway that goes all the way around, and I don't really want to mess with that. See, there's a trail that goes through there. There's a trail that goes through there. Riverbend Disc Golf Trail Pro T16 right here. And over there's a wastewater drain. Doesn't look like it's draining anything. You see the grass under here. Now, I don't know if this used to be the road or what, but it sure looks pretty nice to not have been. I guess we could probably walk this to the end. Stop sign. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep on keeping on. I just feel like walking a little bit more. It's helping clear the mind. It looks like someone tried to cut that one down. Something. Maybe it's just the bark eating off of it. This is the park headquarters, I guess. Like I said, hopefully this isn't too jiggly. Get you up a little bit more there. And we'll go down here real quick just to show you. This is another one of the trails that would have went across, but now she's all flooded. Going on here. I think they're done for the night. They probably quit at like 5. I don't know how much longer I've got. I'm sure this closes at dark, and it's getting darker earlier now. And my legs are getting a little tireder. More not my legs. I start to feel it in my back. Especially when I'm walking on pavement. See, and we'll have to walk this one back too, because it dumps you out on a roundabout, but that roundabout is flooded too. Definitely see the animal trail going through there. It is definitely less noisy here than over at the Shank Lake one. I wanted to go down. There's some rapids down the road here, but it's flooded out, so I'm not going to make it down by there to see what they look like. But I'm guessing if it's flooded out, they're probably not non-existent right now. Maybe we'll get a couple good shots of the bridge up here. So you can go that way and go completely around the park, but it's all paved like this. And you can use like bikes on this too, I do believe. Yeah. Go slow bikes. There's an observation area ahead. Or is it an observation area where you can watch slow bikes? That could be. That could be. So I have to say, I'm not sure if that's a place to sit or what really it is, since we can't see it. Maybe a place to put your bikes, because it disappears under the water here. I do believe there's a spot down here, kind of right there where the opening is, to put in a like kayak or that if you want to go kayaking. You can see the other bank. Okay, and then you look there and you see that double tree. That would be on this bank. So everything this way of it is actually flooded. There's the covered bridge, the Blanchard River Bridge. Well, I think that's about it, because you'd have the walkway goes through there. Let's see if we get down a little bit closer so you can see the streams of water coming out right there from the woods. Pretty neat. I'm ready to have my own land where I can just go out and enjoy nature every night. All day would be nice, but I'm sure I'm still going to have to work, so. Side hustles, right? That's why we're working on side hustles. So we can work from home in our own time, doing what we like. That's a sigh, not of content. Oh, there's a little red Jimmy. What are you doing? That was a sigh of it's almost over. I'm gonna have to go back. What are you doing, little guy? Huh? I see you still looking at me. Hopefully you got a good view of him. There's a little red Jimmy. At least that's what we call him. I don't know what the real name of it is. That's what I grew up calling those, the red Jimmy. Kind of smaller than your normal fox squirrels, but bigger than a chipmunk. He probably wanted me to give him some peanuts or something. I was going to turn you off, but we might as well just walk through. And see, that's the road you come in on, the Lehman Conservation Area. And there's the road I wanted to go down, but it's closed because it's flooded. Oh, the park will probably be closing soon. Hopefully this is turned out. It's probably showing a lot. Maybe probably a lot darker than what it is. I don't know. Maybe not. No, when we get to the editing table, right? Nice thing is, a lot of these, I don't have to edit much. The last one I'll have to splice together. This one, I'll probably just throw it up completely raw. I mean, I did stop a couple times to have a friend going through some things. So I was messaging him back and forth, but oh, whenever I get quiet, I'm text messaging him, like right now I am. Ooh, I think that was a frog. See, now that's amazing. You see how wet it is here. Yet you don't hear any peepers. I guess there's not enough wetland area like there is over at the Shank Lake area. Never talked to any of these park guys. Not saying they're not friendly. Don't know. Only time I ever see them, they've always been busy, like shoveling and stuff. Never stopped in to talk to them. Most of the time they're pretty nice though. I'm starting to shuffle a little bit. Lots of birds. I don't see where that one's at. Not that you could really see anyways. That's where having a real camera would be kind of nice, so I could zoom in on stuff like that and go, oh, look at that. Or if I see a deer up through the area, I could zoom in and say, oh, look at that. See, the one downside to this kind of setting, you know, like, I mean, it's not flooded, that's kind of nice. But where I used to go along the Maumee River, where I've taken it a couple times, the video didn't come out there, but there's like wild onions growing right in the middle of the path. You know, there's just all sorts of stuff growing. And this is so mowed, manicured and that for more, I hate to say it, but city people, that you don't get any of that. You don't get the wild stuff growing. I mean, if you went out into the area where nobody goes, like back on that side, I don't know if you're allowed to or not, you'd probably find some things, but I'm sure part of it's because seeds have washed down the river. When it floods, it goes up there into the pathways and stuff, and those seed plants themselves. Oh, well, here we are, just about back to where we started. Uh-oh, there's a trail junction ahead. You gotta watch out for slow bikes. All right. I want to thank you again for joining me on another walk. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked my banter a little. And hope you join me on the next one. So remember, stay alive out there and keep on surviving.